What up, y'all? It's downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, December 14th, 2020, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Disney announced that a number of new Pixar animated and live-action projects, including a Toy Story prequel film titled Lightyear, during the company's Disney Investor Day live stream. Lightyear will tell the definite story of the original Buzz Lightyear, who will be voiced by Chris Evans. Disney tweeted alongside a screenshot of Buzz wearing a more traditional astronaut outfit. Here's a first look of the young test pilot that became the Space Ranger we all know him to be today. Lightyear launches into theaters June 17, 2022. Evans is taking over the role from Tim Allen, who voiced Buzz Lightyear across 4 Toy Story films and other projects. Disney Animation Studios will be releasing its first ever original series, including Baymax, Zootopia Plus, and Tiana, which are coming to Disney Plus in 2022. A Moana animated series was also announced and is set for 2023. Raya and the Last Dragon, a feature film, is coming to Disney Plus with premiere access on March 5th, 2021. Pixar will be releasing its first shows as well, starting with the Up spinoff, the spin-off Doug Days, set to arrive on Disney Plus in the fall 2021. Doug will be encountering the dangers of suburbia, including puppies, fireworks, and squirrels. The Carre spin-off series will follow Lightning McQueen and Mater as they take a road trip across the country, coming to Disney Plus in the fall 2022. A third series, titled Win or Lose, will follow a middle school softball team, coming to Disney Plus in the fall 2023. Pixar's next feature film, Luca, about 2 best friends, is coming in June 2021. The studio is also releasing Turning Red into theaters on March 11, 2022. Domi Tsai, who helmed the Academy Award-winning short Bao, is directing. The film follows teenager Mei, who transforms into a giant red panda when she gets too excited. Disney Plus also announced a 3 Men and a Baby remake starring Zac Efron, coming in 2022. Original movies inspired by the real-life stories of Affleck's Chris Paul, Gianna's Ektetekanopon, and Kenan Lowe, a Cheaper by the Dozens remake from Blackish producer Kenya Barris, and starring Gabrielle Union, coming in 2022, and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, starring Andy Samberg and John Mulaney. Disney additionally laid out plans for launching roughly 10 Star Wars and Marvel shows, including 2 Mandalorian spin-offs titled Ahoshka and Rangers of the New Republic, and released trailers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki. Saturday Night Live player Kate McKinnon portrayed Dr. Anthony Fauci as an unlikely heartthrob in a comedy sketch this weekend. We went through bras at the infectious disease expert as he and Dr. Deborah Birx, played by Heidi Gardner, a fellow member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, talked to CNN anchor Wolf Blitzer, played by Beck Bennett, about how the COVID-19 vaccine would be distributed. The Fauci says, "This keeps happening. Throughout this whole thing, I've been the only one saying facts, so some people got a crush on me. Any other year, I'm a 2. This year, I'm a 10. Blitzer later asked how people will be persuaded to return for a necessary second dose of the vaccine. He explained, "We're using a technique long employed by one-night stands who have caught feelings. We are going to have them leave a necklace at the CVS so they have an excuse to come back. As for which states will get the vaccine first," Fauci replied, "we're going to distribute the states alphabetically, starting with A, California, and B, New York City." Another woman yelled, "Marry me," as Fauci, he went on. "If enough Americans get the vaccine and you all forgot who I am, that's my goal, to have zero name recognition with Americans, because that will mean I did my job well. I want to go back to being an anonymous hunk." Brad Pitt played Fauci in a previous episode in April. Dune star Timothée Chalamet was the episode's guest host, and Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band provided the night's musical entertainment. Gerard Butler, Vin Diesel, Michelle Yeoh, David Tennant, and Russell Crowe are lending their voices to an animated television series based on the video game Ark: Survival Evolved. Studio Wildcard announced the voice cast Friday and said the show is set to premiere in 2022. 2 seasons are currently in production. Jay Olivia, whose credits include Batman The Dark Knight Returns and Justice League The Flashpoint Paradox, will executive produce and co-showrun the project. Ark: Survival Evolved was created and executive produced by the game's creators Jeremy Zieglitz and Jesse Rapczak. The vocal ensemble will also include Devery Jacobs, Madeline Madden, Deborah McCallum, Zaya McLaren, Malcolm McDonald, Elliot Page, Raga Ragnar, Carl Urban, and Jeffrey Wright. Doctor Who and The Crown actor Matt Smith has joined the cast of the Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon. HBO said Friday that Smith will portray Prince Daemon Targaryen. The cable network said in a news release the younger brother of King Varys and heir to the throne, Daemon is a peerless warrior and a dragon rider who possesses the true blood of the dragon. But it is said that whenever a Targaryen is born, the gods toss a coin in the air. Other new cast additions include Ready Player One actress Olivia Cooke and Truth Seekers star Emma Darcy. They join the previously announced series lead Paddy Considine, who will play King Viserys Targaryen. The show is based on the George R.R. Martin fantasy novel Fire and Blood. It will take place 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones. HBO's Emmy-winning adaptation Game of Thrones aired for 8 seasons from 2011 to 2019. No premiere date has been announced for the prequel. Greenland star Morena Baccarin is expecting her 3rd child. The Firefly and Gotham alum announced the news during a remote appearance from her home in New York on Friday's edition of The Talk. She married actor Ben McKenzie in 2017. They had parents of a 4-year-old daughter named Frances. Baccarin also has a 6-year-old son called Julius from a previous marriage. During her appearance on The Talk, she says her kids have been supportive when she and Mackenzie go out for date nights during the coronavirus pandemic, even if that means just spending time alone at home or going for a walk. She showed a photo of Mackenzie wearing the headband, bracelets, and blue nail polish their daughter thought would make him more appealing on a date night. Baccarin said, "I think that date was pretty successful, with the laugh getting up out of the chair and showing off her baby bump." British best-selling author David Cromwell, better known as John LeClaire, whose Cold War-era spy novel transformed the espionage genre, died over the weekend. His literary agent said he was 89. His family said LeClaire died Saturday night in Cornwall, Britain, from pneumonia after a short battle with the illness. Johnny Geller, the chief executive of the Curtis Brown Group and LeClaire's literary agent for almost 15 years, mourned his client's death in a statement. He said, "I've lost a mentor, an inspiration, and most importantly, a friend. We'll not see his like again." Geller described LeClaire as an undisputed giant of English literature, who defined the Cold War era and fearlessly spoke truth to power in the decades that followed. LeClaire's literary career spanned nearly 6 decades, including 26 books, including The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, the 1963 novel that placed his name among the very best of the spy genre, with his plump and balding spy George Smiley, critiquing Ian Fleming's dapper and handsome James Bond. His literary career began near the tail end of his time working for the British Intelligence Service. In the late 1950s, he spied off far-left groups seeking information on possible Russian agents before transferring to the Foreign Intelligence Service known as M16 in the early 1960s, according to publication house Penguin Random House Canada. He said, "From the day my novel was published, I realized that now and forevermore I was to be branded as the spy who turned writer rather than a writer who, like second of his kind, has done a stint in the secret world and wrote about it. The novel's merit, then, or its offense, depends on where you stood. It was not that it was authentic, but it was incredible." Along with The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, several of his novels have been turned into films, including Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy in 2011, which received 3 Oscar-winning Academy Award nominations. Actor Gary Oldman, who starred in the film as Smiley, said Leclerc was the true owner of the serious spy genres and all who followed in his death. Oldman said in a statement to Deadline, his characters were drawn deftly and deeply, nuanced too many to count, and for me, including George Smiley, remains on the high points of my life. He also added he got to know Leclerc during the shooting of the film and said he was always available to offer advice. He said he was very generous with his creativity and always a true gentleman. A true spy master of several generations has left us. Nicole Staley, the publisher of Penguin Canada and Vice President of Penguin Random House Canada, said the death of Leclerc was a loss of both publishers and readers alike. She said in a statement, "We have taken an extraordinary journey through the cultural, political landscape with him, riveted by the stories he told. He will be greatly missed." Leclerc is survived by his wife of nearly 50 years, Jane, and 4 sons. Charley Pride, country's music's first black superstar, died Saturday due to complications from COVID-19. He was 86. A statement on Pride's website reported the singer's death in Dallas, and Pride's publicist Jeremy Westby confirmed to reporters. Pride was born on March 18, 1934, in Sledge, Mississippi, to sharecroppers Tessie Stewart Pride and Mac Pride Sr. He served in the Army, worked at a smelting plant, and briefly tried making it as a baseball player before his 1963 move to Nashville. In 1965, Pride signed a contract with RCA Records, landing his first top 10 Billboard country music single 2 years later with Just Between You and Me. After Just Between You and Me charted, Pride finally quit his job at the smelting plant. Pride had 51 more country top 10 hits in the 20 years after his 1967 breakout hit. In 2000, he became the first black member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. In November, Pride received the Country Music Association's Lifetime Achievement Award presented by Jimmy Allen. Organizers of the event said they were following all safety protocols to prevent the spread of COVID-19, but some who attended did not wear a mask. Pride, known for the song "'Cause an Angel Good Morning," dead at the age of 86. Singer-songwriter Ashanti said on social media she has tested positive for the coronavirus and had to cancel a performance this weekend. She said in a statement, the 40-year-old, "We all go through life lessons, and hopefully this serves as a lesson that this pandemic is very real. Thank you guys so much for all your love and prayers. Thank you to everyone supporting the Verzuz. Much love to Keisha Cole, and we'll see you all on January 9th, 2021. Women Empowerment at Verzuz TV, at Apple Music, at Femit It Forward." The canceled Verzuz show was to have streaming online and feature Ashanti and Keisha Cole performing in person. It is rescheduled for January 9th. The Twitter account for the event said Saturday, "Unfortunately, we have to postpone tonight's #Verzuz. Ashanti tested positive for COVID-19, and we cannot put anyone at risk in the process. First time this has struck us so close to showtime. We apologize to our incredible audience." Rapper Lil Wayne has pleaded guilty in a Miami court to a federal gun charge stemming from a 2019 incident at the Opa-locka Executive Airport. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida said in the news release that the 38-year-old musician, who was born Dwayne Carter, faces up to 10 years in federal prison after entering the plea Friday. Carter is due to be sentenced January 28th. He was charged with criminal possession of a firearm and ammunition as a prior felony offender. After it was discovered, he took a private flight with a loaded gold-plated .45 caliber handgun in his bag. Possession of the gun and ammunition was illegal because of Carter's past history as a felon. Rapper Bad Bunny's El Mundo Tour del Mundo, El Ultimo Tour del Mundo, is the #1 album in the United States this week. Coming in at #2 on the Billboard 200 charts today Saturday is Miley Cyrus' Plastic Hearts, followed by BTS's B at #3, Ariana Grande's Positions at #4, and Pop Smoke's Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon at #5. Right at the top tier are Michael Bublé's Christmas at #6, Megan Thee Stallion's Good News at #7, Taylor Swift's Folklore at #8, Carrie Underwood's My Gift at #9, and Juice WRLD's The Legends Never Die at #10. And finally, The Croods, A New Age, is the #1 movie in North America for a third weekend, earning an additional $3 million in receipts. BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in number 2 is Half Brothers with $490,000, followed by Elf at number 3 with $400,000, Freaky at number 4 with $315,000, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas at number 5 with $268,000. Rounding up the top tier are The War with Grandpa number 6 with $267,000, The Polar Express at number 7 with $245,000, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation number 8 with $239,000, All My Life at number 9 with $215,000, and Wonder Woman at number 10 with $189,000. Several entries in the top 10 are re-releases of older films, which are getting new lives due to the coronavirus pandemic, as few new movies have been opening in theaters this past year. Many films have been postponed until next year or have bypassed theaters altogether in favor of premieres on streaming services or pay-per-view platforms. And as the entertainment report for Monday, December 14th, 2020, I'm your host, Mr. Downtime Ring Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.